April 1st, 2025, and this video is called, Was the U.S. Air Force plane flying out of Afghanistan real or fake? Now, this did not happen on April Fool's, but you would think maybe this was an April Fool's joke. This was a C-17 departed Kabul's Hamid Karzai International Airport on August 30th, 2021 at 11:59. Now, they did a fact check on it. U.S. C-17 plane swarmed by Afghans and video was real, not inflatable in false flag operation. A screenshot of a 15-second video was shared on Facebook on August 17th, along with another photo of a C-17 aircraft. The screenshot labels the other photo as an actual aircraft, and the Kabul C-17 an inflatable decoy plane. In an accompanying caption, the user who posted the photo wrote, "Watch the video a few minutes and judge for yourself." And I'm going to show you that video, and you could judge for yourself. Think about how loud and powerful those non-existent engines are to be standing next to them. This is what got me thinking about it. I seen this clip on X. And then someone wrote to X, shouldn't the big jet engines be pushing people over and away from behind the jet? I find this interesting. Here's some more comments on some more of the same video. Fake, fake. Where is the video footage of the plane taking off of nowhere? It looks like a fake CGI. Well, that's my point too, is they show you the 15 seconds, but then they cut away and show it up in the air. So that same person, you would think, I don't think that person would just stop recording at that second. Now, I don't know what's going on. Did you ever hear the saying, all the world's a stage, and that we are the audience? Who are the actors? Who is putting on the show? Here's another question. Windows blacked out. Jet fans blacked out. No jet wash behind. Okay. I'm just bringing these points up because I'm going to show you this video. What is a jet wash? The jet wash is the turbulent airflow and the exhaust gases produced behind the jet engine during operation. Another comment. How did they not get sucked in by those enormous turbines? I asked, what plane was the U.S. Air Force plane that took off in Afghanistan? And it's saying the plane that took off in Kabul in the chaotic evacuation was a C-17 Globemaster III. Well, I looked that up. Here is a C-17 Globemaster III. Right here. A large strategic military transport aircraft developed by the Air Force. So if you click on that picture, here is the picture of it. Now, take note, here is the windows that they're talking about. You could actually see inside. They're not painted black. Actually, look at the color of the plane itself. This is the most important part that I want to show you, is these turbines. Now, these turbines look like they could, because this is a big, huge plane. This turbine looks like it could be maybe 3 feet into the rim of the engine. And this is the final comment that I thought was pretty good. This guy commented, I'm a C-17 mechanic of 18 years, and I've never seen anything like this in my life. Then I wanted to show you this one here. As an aviation mechanic engineer myself, them windows just don't look right to me. Just saying. Okay, here is the video. in question. Now you're going to look at these windows here and these turbines. And it's pretty bright. It's not like you're going to have this big shadow in here. So watch this. Look at these windows. Now look at this turbine right here. I mean, those turbines are going to start here. Even though they're spinning pretty fast, I would think, you would see something, wouldn't you? Look at this. And then, even if it is going slow, those exhausts are coming right in behind this. Watch these people. Do you see their hair flipping around? And then look at they go to that right there. So this is what I asked AI, what the exhaust heat temperature coming out of that engine would be. And it's telling me that it typically ranges between 932 degrees to 1202 degrees Fahrenheit at the exhaust nozzle during the takeoff at high thrust conditions, where the engine is at a maximum power. At cruise or idle, the temperature drops, often around 572 degrees to 752 degrees as less fuel is burned out. So you gotta think, even if it's idling on that runway, I mean, even take this in half, you're looking at anywhere between 200 to 300 degrees. So I think it would be burning the hairs off those people. So that's just another aspect to think about. Here it is again, and I'm going to upload this straight up. Even the noise. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put, doesn't it look like this stuff is just painted on? So I'm going to, at the end here, put this picture up against the real one. And I guess you be the judge. I'm just going to ask the question. But those windows just look bizarre. And the turbines, you would see them here. So this makes no sense. But then again, what does? Alright, now this is every time I make a video, it seems like the more I look at this stuff, the more I find. So I gotta add this final thing because I found this picture of the C-17 Globemaster III. This is a diagram of it. Look at the dimensions and where all this stuff lays out. A couple things that I noticed is this point right over here. I don't see it on this so-called real or decoy airplane. Then the most important thing that I noticed was where the wing ends on this decoy to the distance to the tail. Now look at this. The wing ends like right in here, right where this door is at. See this door right here? We're going to concentrate on where this door is and the distance to the back of the tail. Now check this out. This is what's so strange. Okay, we have the plane coming here. Now look at where the wing ends. You could see the shadow right here. See this? The shadow is right over here. So what do you think the distance is from this point to the tail? Watch this. See where it ends, the tail? The tail ends right there. You could see it. This is where it intersects with the shadow. And how far do you think that point to the end of the plane is? From this point to this point. But you're trying to tell me that this from here on this diagram, which I would imagine is into scale, from this point to the end of the tail, it's almost from the nose to the end of the tail. I would say it's almost practically in the middle of the plane. But if you look at this, there's no way that from the nose to the tail of the wing, which is this point, which would be from here to here, which look at halfway of the airplane, and then you're going to say from here to the tail is the same distance? This is why I had to add this, because this is just definitely not adding up here. And then what I was going to show you is, look at the tail. I don't know what this part is called, but see, it comes into a point. And watch this right here. It doesn't come to a point. There's the point on that. But if you look at this one, it looks like it's rounded, kinda. It should be actually coming like farther this way. That is not as bad of an anomaly as where the tail ends. I don't think that's equidistance as what it's showing on this diagram, is what I'm trying to say. So every time I look at it, there's always just another little tidbit. What I was trying to find is, see how the wing tips are up in the air? I was kind of looking at that. You don't see it on that left side, but if you look on this right side, right here, you would think that it would be popping up over here. And I don't see that. And I'll just conclude, why does it stop right there? Whoever took this video kept recording, and then it stops. So what would be the reason? I mean, this is real. Why would they want to add this if it was a dummy? Look at that back tail. There's no way it's pointed. It's rounded. And the distance of that, look at this. If you look at that, what is that, like 20, 30 feet? And actually, we could show right here. It says, I'm trying to see what, okay, here it is. It's 174 feet long from the nose to the end of the tail. 174. So if it's the middle part, what's that, about 80 something feet in the middle? 80 something feet. So there's no way in hell that from here to there is 80 something feet. So My theory is maybe the other planes are real, but for some reason I do believe this is a decoy.